Do we have sound now? We have good sound now. We're live from downtown Mill Bay. You have your, let's do these. We did these last day, but since they're up as a warm-up, I'm going to ask some random people what the answers are. Class Dojo. If I ask randomly, then you don't know who it's going to be. Liam Baker. What's this one?
Barium fluoride.
Barium fluoride. Well done. And there. Noah, what's this one?
Potassium phosphide.
Nice. How many F's in phosphide?
0.
Yeah, you're not Noah Mitchell?
1. No,
0. It's 0. Okay. Magnesium phosphide. We need the formula. This is a great review for today's test as well. Nick.
Yes.
Magnesium phosphide. What is the formula? Oh, hold it. Nick, I have something for you. Something you have not seen in a long time. That will be overjoyed to be reunited.
Wait, what's
That's yours from Meta.
Could I get that sheet? I didn't get that.
I was in the Meta classroom looking in drawers for something, and that was just tucked away somewhere. So, that goes to, now everybody pay attention. Why did he get it back? Because he put his frickin' name on it. Whatever you have anywhere, put your name on it. The number of pencil cases I've thrown away at the end of the year because they leave them, nobody claims them, and then they're just garbage, go away. Put your name on stuff. It'll get back to you. Okay, Nick, what's magnesium fluoride as a formula?
phosphide.
Oh, sorry, phosphide.
MP3
Yeah.
wait, how do you know?
And everybody else, how do you do that? Identify each ion. It's magnesium. You have to look up the charge in your periodic table. We know it's +2. Everybody should have their data booklet out because you're really going to need it. And then phosphide, phosphorus, -3. Look that up on your periodic table. You can count along. +1, +2, +3, ±4, -3, -2, -1, and you go all the way along. And then the really fast way is crisscross applesauce. And you go Mg3P2, and you look, can this be reduced? No. So you're done. The reason I have all this between steps is because I want you to understand also the reason you're doing it. 2 and 3 both go into what number? 6. I think, is that called like the lowest common multiple in like math? So we need +6, and we need -6. I mean, math's not real, but so that way we know that, oh, that needs 3 magnesiums, and this needs 2 phosphoruses. To get +6, we note the ratio. We do that. Aluminum bromide. Layla. I need to do attendance. Did I give her a negative score?
Yes.
Oh, that is almost a negative score in itself. Grayson.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah.
Aluminum.
We can do it step by step if you like. Just tell me the charge of aluminum.
+3.
+3. What's the charge on bromide? -1. Excellent. And when you crisscross applesauce them, what do you get? I'll show you in a second. Yeah. You got AL, sorry, what?
AL. Oh.
What's the charge?
-1.
Nope, no minuses. Don't have charges.
1.
1, yep.
And then bromine 3.
And then bromine 3. We don't write the ones, so I just pretended. So you take now the reason you don't take the charges is because when you do this, what is +6 - 6? 0. So at the end, there's no charges, and these aren't charges, they're the amounts. But the charges are related to the amounts, which is why the shortcut works. So what goes into both plus 3 and minus 1? 3. So you just go, oh, we need plus 3 and we need minus 3. So we need 1 aluminum and we need 3 bromines. And then you go, oh, it's a 1-to-3 ratio, and that's how you get that. Now, you were asking, how do we know it's minus 1?
No, I figured that.
Oh, you forget, okay. Should put a copy of the colorful one. Okay, that is the end of the review from that section. We are now going to do the other one. Does anybody not have this sheet now? I just handed it out. If you don't have it, Lauren, come on up and grab it from here. Anybody else? Excellent. Okay. Because everybody in grade, not everybody, but it's a good third in grade 9 come out of there going, they use the Roman numerals to mean the numbers down here. And the Roman numerals have nothing to do with those numbers at all. They have to do with the charge. And so I'm doing these separately to make it very clear. Because if I have to tell a grade 11 one more time, I or they will be exploded. So we need to tell apart this because aluminum is always plus 3. We don't need a nickname for aluminum. It's just aluminum. Aluminum, aluminum, aluminum. But when you have a name like Dave, nobody has a name like Dave. There's Big Dave, and there's Little Dave, and there's Medium Dave, and then there's Dave that's not quite as big as Medium Dave, but not quite as short as Little Dave, and everybody gets a different nickname because they all have the same name. Iron can't be just called iron because there's 2 different types of iron. So what do we call iron plus 3?
I agree.
We don't call it iron 3. Yes?
Iron with 3 eyes.
Iron I, a really excited sailor. I. Because there only should be 2 I's if you're just a normal sailor. I. And iron 2? I, regular sailor. There is such a thing as iron plus 1, iron I. And the reason, I haven't put it on here, but on your periodic table, on your colorful one, I don't have a copy, here's why I both like and hate it. Number 1, it shows you all the charges need. These are all plus 1, these are all plus 2. Does it show a charge for boron? No. If it was to have a positive charge, what charge would it be? Plus 3. And you can see aluminum's plus 3 below that, so we'll forgive it a little. Does it have a charge for carbon? No. What charge would it be? Plus or minus 4. So it skips some charges, and I don't know why. And then it goes minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Also, the other ones that never have Roman numerals are aluminum, zinc, and silver, which I mentioned last day. Aluminum, zinc, and silver don't have Roman numerals because they only have 1 charge. But if you look over here, look here in the blue, scandium. How many charges does scandium have? Also 1. Does it need Roman numerals? Yes. It needs Roman numerals because this doesn't show all the charges. This only shows some of them. And scandium can be plus 3, it can be plus 1, and it can also be plus 2. I don't think I've ever seen a plus 4. It has to do with the electronic structure. It's just that those charges are fairly rare, so they decided not to print it, which then doesn't help because then students will look at it and go, oh, it doesn't need a Roman numeral. It does. I've given you all the Roman numerals in your data book. There's a page, it has them all. Don't have to have them memorized. It will make things a little faster if you do, but that's them. To explain the theory of Roman numerals, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 5. Why did I skip 4?
Because it requires math.
No.
Well, it's a part of the pattern.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it requires math. Because you had to know 5 before you can do 4. So when you have something in front, it's a minus when it's a different thing after. So 4 is literally 5 minus 1. And then 6 is 5 plus 1. And that's the theory behind Roman numerals. Here's why I'm irritated. What's this one? No. Like 5 plus 2, which is 7. And that's 5 plus 3, which is 8. And this is 9. Or 10 minus 1. There's 10. Why? Why is this one not IIX? The Romans. Curse the Romans, because this is only 3 digits. That's 4 digits. We could have gotten away with one less digit. It would be more efficient. I want to go back in time and smack the Romans around and say, why did you do that?
There were different versions. It might just be the ones the chemists liked back in the...
No, there's only one version. Only one standard version of history applies. I will accept nothing else. Especially, don't tell me I'm being wrong when I'm right. Because I'm always right. I was wrong once. I've said this story. Roman numerals indicate the charge on the iron for which one? The metal or the non-metal? Metal. Only metals. We always know the charge on the non-metals because you can look them up. They're on either your periodic table where you can go minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, or they're going to be polyatomics in which you're going to be given all of them, although I might make you memorize them.
There's no acetate.
Pardon?
There is no acetate.
What do you mean there's no acetate?
Not on the...
Number 1, stop looking for acetate. We haven't done it yet. Number 2, I guarantee there's an acetate. And if you, no, don't look now. Why would you want, none of these have acetate in them?
But one of the ones in the sheet you gave us had acetate.
Lies.
It's not on the list.
It is.
So,
Oh, I'll show you that later. Write the names and formulas then for these. Actually, before you do that, turn the page. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. I like this page better for next. Turn the page. Fold it completely over. Completely turn to this page. Everybody completely turned over? There. Now that I made you do it right away, write down all the Roman numerals from memory without peeking. And rather than showing you where acetate is, I'll just make it a $20 bet.
What? That's crazy.
Bet me $20 it's not there.
They just...
Yeah.
it's not that big.
I got it.
Are you willing to shake on it?
I got everything right.
Nice. Once you're done, check your answers, and rather than doing the naming right away, do these. Write the symbol or the name for each type. So stay on this page, do this. And while you're doing that, I will.
That is PB.
That's part of the...
No, it's just two acceptable names, like sulfide and sulfide, with a PH and an F.
That's
I'll
made up
never ask you to pay me, but now I'll always just mention it casually. Oh, by the way, what are we talking about? I'm not allowed to collect from students. It's apparently like ethics or something.
Oh, funny how that works.
Yeah.
I feel like that's purposefully unclear. So you can get things like this.
Oh. There's acetic acid.
Who's acetate?
No, there's acetate. Okay, Aiden,
Not acetic.
Arnie,
Yep.
Bowen, Graham,
Yep.
Grayson, Jamie,
Closest thing.
Layla is not here. Liam,
Yep.
Mari, Matthew,
Yeah.
Miyabi, Nick,
Yep.
Noah, Rachel,
Yep.
Rose. Oh, why is Rose not here?
I don't really know.
Okay.
She's not feeling good.
Violet. Violet? No Violet. Yuma. Okay. I'm going to ask you for the symbols.
One of this cockroach.
Bo, what's the symbol for the first one?
PB plus 3.
PB plus 3, because lead is tasty like peanut butter,
Or it's plumbing.
or plumbing, but peanut butter. Mm. Yuma,
I love
name for PB plus 4? We're on the next page. I think you might be on the first page. Lead 4, which looks like 1V, IB, like the supervillain. Poison ivy. Never mind. Mari.
AU plus 5.
AU. That's 5. And if it comes before, it's a minus.
Oh, 4.
So plus 4. And then the next one involving police officers. Arnie. Copper 1. Apparently, the UK police officers were called coppers because they had copper on their badges, which, as far as we know, was entirely untrue. And that's still the explanation they give. So we have no idea why they call that. It might actually come from a completely different word. Okay, how many people are done these ones in the 30 seconds I gave you? Few people. Do these ones now that we know the whole thing.
Also, Mr. Newfield, there's no way you remember the $20 debt by tomorrow.
I have a weird memory for things that annoy other people. I'll forget, like, you did something terrible, and then, like, a week later, I'm like, what?
And your child's name.
Oh, no, that's because they didn't tell me. Yes?
It's Tim T. Like the name card.
Oh, no, tin's a sin. SM. Tin's a sin. If you're tinning, you're sinning.
Oh no! I've got it. How much charge is it? Because the I means like the wrong.
Where's your data? You know what? I think. One second. While you guys are doing that, I think I'm going to print off a fresh set.
More printing.
FE plus 3.
Oh yeah. When you lose data booklets, trees die.
This is I.
Trees
Really?
die.
So that means it's plus 1.
Or also when you give us unnecessary data booklets.
No.
But they're not unnecessary if I have to.
I have like 4 of them.
Out of a tree.
Why?
I don't know, man.
You keep giving them.
No, I don't. I can't ask for them back.
No,
Yeah, I
like
do.
for tests.
Every test I ask for it back.
Too bad. It's mine now.
Well, there you go.
Also, like found them.
How many of you are artistic in any way? If you have any kind of picture I could use, I'm looking for a new picture for the data booklet.
They can do with AI, like with you.
That one was AI. I don't.
What
It-
about a photo of me in the black and
Try to make a view of yourself.
The problem with AI is I've also discovered worse things about it.
Like it uses so much power
Yeah,
and water.
like it's even worse than printing. Like if I do AI and I print it, like I'm killing so much of the environment.
Doesn't it take like a liter of water every 10 searches? 2 liters of water.
Yeah,
every
it's some
10 searches?
ridiculous amount.
What?
It takes
Why do
2
they use
liters
water to use AI?
to cool
For the servers.
the servers.
Microsoft, for their servers, seriously considered, you know those big shipping crates? Putting servers in those that were could resist water and submerging them in lakes and oceans. That way it would have heat conduction away. It'd be a bit more environmental than all the electricity for cooling. Then when they calculated, they realized that the lake they were proposing, they would have killed all the fish in the lake. It would have heated it up so fast. Yeah. So they were going to do the ocean, but the salt water presents more of a problem.
OpenAI is making like 10 nuclear plants to power those.
Just for their servers. Yeah. It's
so
awful.
bad.
Oh, also Katie knows that she can watch it.
Pardon?
Katie knows that she can watch it.
Okay. I'm going to email her back. Make sure she has all the notes now. Get her all up to speed now.
Who is this human?
Okay. Matthew, first one. FeI3. Next one, Graham.
Iron 2 iodide.
Iron, not 2.
II.
II, regular sailor. Iodide. Next one, Miyabi. MN. MN, sorry. 4? 4S? No. We'll come back.
She said it.
S4? Oh, okay. Like this? Excellent. Also no. But closer. And Jamie, Cu3N.
Copper, 3 nitride.
Copper. Also no. But I think every single class, those are the two that everybody gets wrong, and it's perfect because it allows me to re-explain the part that I know you're going to do. So first you start off, everybody looking. What is the symbol and charge for manganese IV? What's the symbol first? No, Mn. That's manganese. And then the charge? 4. It's plus 4. So we know that. What's the symbol and charge for sulfide? S. Minus 2. And that might have been where you went wrong. So that 4 doesn't have anything to do with that. Whoops. Yeah, they are lies, and that's a grade 9 thing you probably learned out of habit. I don't blame the teachers. It's just something that everybody does when they first learn this. What it actually is that 4, and then you have to crisscross. So if we did it by crisscross, then we get Mn2S4.
And is that right?
No.
What?
You reduce
Oh, it's MN.
You can. So then it becomes MnS2 because we reduce it. So that becomes 1 and that becomes 2 because 2 goes into both of those. Now the other way of looking at it is what number does both 4 and 2 go into?
8.
What's the lowest multiple of 2 and 4? 4. Not multiple. I don't even know what math is called anymore. So how many times does 4 go into it? Once. How many times does 2 go into it? Twice. That gives us MnS2. So crisscross applesauce gives you an error if they're a multiple, if they divide into each other. So you just have to know how to reduce, and then you're golden. So as long as you remember to reduce, you'll be fine. Now, for this one, yes? It's copper 1. And what we're doing, the shortcut is crisscrossing, right? So here, and this is where I think it gets picked up in grade 9, is that everybody sees that 3 and they go, oh, it's to do with the copper. Sure, but it's the number, not the charge. Uncrisscross. Minus 3. What secret number is here beside the nitrogen? 1. So we uncrisscross it, and we get copper plus 1 and nitrogen minus 3.
Secrets.
So then it's copper 1. Does that make sense? You just agreed for no reason. I'm going to ask you for a different one. If I have iron Cl2, what Roman numeral would we put on the iron? 2. Because we would uncrisscross it. And the reason I think that one's tricky is because if I did this, Fe2O, now what's the Roman numeral on the iron? 1. And I think it's because we don't write the ones, it just makes it a little harder to quickly do it. We got plus 1 and minus 2, and it makes sense. Now there is one trick with uncrisscrossing as a shortcut. What is the charge on the iron if it's FeO?
1.
No. I'll tell you, it's not 1, but they are equal. They are equal. And when they're equal, you can't just uncrisscross. Like if we did uncrisscross it, that would be +1, and this would be -1. Check in your table. Is oxygen -1? No, what is it? -2. So we know that they have to be the same, so we have to multiply them both by 2. So it's Fe +2, oxygen -2. Which makes sense. If we crisscross that, we'd get Fe2O2, and then we would reduce and make it FeO. So we'd end up at the same spot. But if you crisscross and then reduce, when you uncrisscross, you have to double check the negative and just make sure that it's not doing anything funky, and that it is what it's supposed to be. You'll see more of those. If you're like, I don't know about that, but I understand this, that's fine, because you'll get to that once you do more of this. Questions? Why don't we do then those two? And you can just go from the name straight to the formula. You don't have to do all the intervening steps if you don't want to. I will do them for people that want to see the full thing. And then if you've done them right away, you can go straight to, ooh, that's the same example. Let's make it something, ooh, let's make it Fe4C. Okay, second page, we're doing that. Start with this one.
What was the second page on?
Why aren't you dressed up, Mr. Rizzo?
I am just that.
He is used to Dr. Who.
That's scarf. Yeah.
I'm making a doctor's scarf right now.
Oh, that is very cool. I should walk around and check. Oh no, before I walk around and check, I should drink coffee. Oh no, I should check time because we have a quiz. What time is this class in?
35, I think.
No.
I do not know how to do it. What even is it?
Not on Wednesdays.
I think
It's
45.
Thursday.
Oh.
We don't have assembly on Wednesdays.
Oh, it ends in 45. In exactly half an hour. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
I just checked my.
If I can get you to stop for a second. When you are done your quiz, you can go back to here, go back to there, and then you can just start working on some of those. I'll leave this one up because they're not in your thing. I am going to hand up the quiz basically now. Separate out, put all your things away.
So we have our.
I'm going to go get you data tables because I printed off fresh ones for someone asked. I'll give it back.
Be gone, book.
Yeah, what's a quick one?
How do you know? I'm looking at last week.
pencil, eraser, if you want to cut this. You always get one if you want one. Actually, you make your hand. Who's this? That's
It's slippery.
it is a little slippery. Please put away everything off your desk.
Whenever I see a blue pencil, I take it.
What?
Whenever I see a blue pencil unattended, I take it.
So that. No taking things.
Very good blue pencil. It's on the floor. No one needs it.
I love it.
It's mine now.
Grayson.
It's on the floor.
Yes, but I buy it for students. Right there. There's extras. Oh. Okay, when I call your name, Lee Baker. Bo. Grayson. You can have your homework out. Layla, not here. Jamie. Violet. That and the reactions worksheet. Rachel. Nick. Yeah, just put them on top. I will just come around and take a look. Or gather them. Murray. Oh. Arnie, you knew you were next. Noah. Matthew. Miyabi. Just put it there. I'll gather them. Just put them face down. Make sure your names are on them. Miyabi. Graham Shepherd. Aiden. Yuma. And Ron Kentucky. Anna's posted the answers. You should be getting notifications. And they handed it out. See how you feel afterwards? You don't recognize any of it? Okay. Everything should be put away. Any worksheets you're going to show me should be up, face down on your desk. Make sure your name's on them. I'll gather them. When I'm done with them, I'll just put them over here and you can pick them up before you leave. I'm not going to keep them. And you can start as soon as you get your quiz. Make sure you put the version number down that it is.
Hey, it's only up to here.
Thank you.
Why do so many questions?
You can start?
You may start. Oh, hold it.
Wait.
I may have given someone. Times 10, times 10, times 10. Or, oh, I accidentally gave someone chemistry 12.
Oh, God.
Chemistry 12.
Yeah.
Chemistry 12 on the side. Oh, there's only 15 questions.
Good. Face down, one. Just put face down right. It is in the Google Classroom, and the answers were posted. And you should probably check that you're getting notifications.